I'm Nick McKinlay, former Utah Open champion and the Director of Instruction here at the Billy Casper Golf Academy. Today we're going to talk about the grip and why it's so important to get the grip correct and get your hands set on the golf club properly. This is one of the most common things that we see, especially among people who have a tendency to slice the ball, is they have an improper grip and they're not able to allow the club to release correctly. The reason why it's so important to get the correct grip is your hands are the only thing attached to the golf club. Obviously the hands are going to control what the club face is doing, and the club face for the most part is going to control what the golf ball does. Once again, that's why it's so important that we get the hands properly on the golf club. You'll read a lot of magazines and books and videos that say you need to have 2 or 2.5 knuckles on the left hand. You know, the grip is a very individual thing. It's not a one-size-fits-all. So for some people, while it may work to be able to look down and see, 2 knuckles on the left hand, for other people it won't. There's many players out there that have very, very strong grips where they can look down and see 4 knuckles. There's other players that have more of a neutral grip where they can see 2 knuckles. The key is finding the proper grip that's right for you and getting your hands working together. And so we'll talk a little bit about that today, of how you can find what your proper grip is to help you hit the ball straighter. There's 3 different ways to grip the golf club. The first is what we call just a 10-finger or baseball grip, where all 10 fingers are placed on the grip. This is very common among junior golfers that are just learning the game, or even seniors as well. Second way is what we call the interlock grip, where the pinky interlocks between the forefinger. And this is a good grip as well, but you have to have smaller fingers and hands to be able to use this grip properly. If you have larger hands and fingers and you try to do an interlock grip, it's going to move everything more towards the palm of your hands, which is going to cause all sorts of problems as well. The third and most popular way to grip the club is what we call the overlap grip, where the forefinger just, instead of interlocking, just rests right between, the pinky just rests right in between the forefinger. Like I said, this is the most popular way to grip the golf club. This allows you to be able to keep your grip in the fingers rather than letting it get too much in the palm. And this is the way I would recommend that you grip the club if you're looking to change your grip or make you have a better grip. So one of the most common flaws or faults that we see among most golfers is they have a tendency to get the grip too much in the palm of their hand or their left hand. We see this a lot where the amateur golfer or the average golfer has their thumb running more straight down the shaft, moves everything more in the palm of their hand, and they're not able to let the club release properly, and they hit a lot of slice shots. We want to get the club gripped more in the fingers, which is going to allow us to be able to release the club properly. When golfers do get a weak left hand grip and get too much in the palm, they really have to think about releasing the club. As they come through, the club's going to consistently stay open, causing more of a slice shot. So then they start thinking, well, now I've got to really try to get the hands over just to get the club face square. We don't want to have to be thinking about that. We don't want to have to be manipulating things to try to get the club face square. If we get our hands on the club properly, they're going to get square without even having to think about that. So once again, let's talk a little bit about how we can know what the proper way for us to grip the club is individually. So one of the things you can do is you can put your feet close together and you can just let your hands completely hang naturally to the side. Now everyone's going to be a little bit different, but I want you to look down and notice how your hands are going to hang. When I look down, I can look on my left hand and I can see 3 knuckles. Therefore, that's how I'm going to want to grip the club. That's where my hands are going to want to be naturally. So as I go ahead and take a golf club, like I said, I just let my hands hang naturally to their side. I go ahead and just let the golf club just drop down in there and try to grip it more in my fingers. And then when I bring it out in front of me, I can still see 3 knuckles on my left hand. Once again, this is the proper way to help you know how to grip the golf club. If I grip the golf club too weak, and then I let my hands kind of go naturally back to where they want to go, you can see that the club face is going to be open. So once again, it's not a one-size-fits-all. You need to figure out and understand how you need to grip the golf club, and the key is having your hands work together. So Another thing I like to do to help me know how to grip the club correctly is I'll place the club down in front of me, and I'll try to have the club run right along the line of where my fingers meet the palm of my hand. And then I can just close that down, and then from there I can kind of adjust it around a little bit to, you know, where I need to be. And then I can go ahead and take my right hand and run it right up the shaft and keep that club also in the fingers. And then you can see that I have both these V's going more towards my right shoulder. Once again, I don't care if you have a little bit weaker grip or a little bit stronger grip. We want our hands working together. We want these V's matching. I don't want this V going this way and this V going this way, because then my hands are going to be fighting each other. So once again, the key is to keep your hands matching or working together. So as you grip the golf club properly, get it out of your palm, get the left hand more in the fingers, and a little bit more in a stronger position, where as you look down, this thumb's going more along the right side of the shaft rather than down the middle. And when you look down, you can see, 2, 3, 4 knuckles, whatever is natural for you. You're going to be able to square up that club a lot easier through impact and eliminate a lot of those slice shots.